Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Erica Wilson, the host of It Had to Happen show. You knew that you had to turn to God because He's the only one that could get you out.
Such a blessing to be able to sit with you, son.
Like in the isolation, sometimes we feel lonely or not being able to fit in, or this person is not want to bother with me or whatever. But that is the time when God says, "Be still."
Right.
And know that I am God. There you go. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm a single mom with 2 kids, struggling, rape victim, homeless, robbed at gunpoint. All those things had to happen to me to birth me for my purpose today. And that's why I'm standing here today giving back.
That to say this, it had to happen.
Great day, everyone. We are here live today at It Had to Happen with your girl, Erica Wilson. Today, we're going to be talking about being a single mother. My God, I know that feeling all too well, but we're going to go ahead and jump into what statistics says. According to the statistics, there are 11 million single parent families in the U.S. Single moms make up 8.5 million of those families. Single dads make up the remaining 2.5 million families. Most of us know at least a few single moms. Some of us were even raised by them. They are mothers, grandmothers, co-workers, church members, and daughters. What is a single parent? A parent who lives with a child or children and no husband, wife, or partner. But let's face it, guys, that does not even begin to scratch the surface of the life of a single mom. There are plenty of single mom stereotypes to go around. But the fact of the matter is that there is no one type of woman that encompasses all single moms. As an increasing number of women face single motherhood through a variety of circumstances, the spectrum of ladies filling this role has broadened to encompass all walks of life. These shocking single mother statistics paint a better picture of what single motherhood looks like today and the mighty women who are raising nearly a quarter of our country's youth, guys. Children raised by single parents can be just as happy and mentally healthy as children living with 2 biological parents. Whether a child has 1 parent or more, children do well with a parenting that's nurturing, warm, sensitive, responsible, and flexible. Life in a single parent household, though common, can be quite stressful for the adult and the children. The single parent may feel overwhelmed by the responsibility of juggling, caring for the children, maintaining a job, and keeping up with the bills and the household chores, guys. We are the 88 Blessings family would like to salute all of the single mothers. And by no way, shape, or form are we encouraging anyone to become a single parent. However, from one single mother to another, we welcome our single mother, Lyllian Blackshear from Jacksonville, Florida, guys. How are you doing, Lyllian?
I'm good, good. It's been a while, but I'm good.
Definitely it has. But as I just spoke about in the earlier part of the conversation about the mom always working. And that's one thing we were just talking about in the green room. You're always working. Like always, you're at work. You're just finishing up work now. And you then to be with us. Thank you for that. We really appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you tell us a little bit about who is Lyllian Blackshear?
Hi. So, I'm Lillian. I have born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. I have one child. Her name is Michaela. She's a handful, but you gotta love her because she's mine. I work 2 jobs. I volunteer. I teach a dance class, and I try to mentor as many people as I can because I know I needed that advice and them somebody to be there for me. So I try to be there for them. Single parenting is really hard. It's people act like it's a cup of tea, and if it is, it's a really strong cup of tea because single parenting is nothing easy. So I have gone through rape, I have gone through abortion, I have gone through being kicked out, I have gone through just trying to find my way. And it's kind of tragic that we have so many single parents out there. But on the other side, if it wasn't for us to be, then God wouldn't have allowed it. He allows us to go through things in our lives, not only for us, but for the people in the long run that have to come to us for that advice. And that's what I've learned.
Absolutely. And I can agree with you about single motherhood is no joke. It's not easy. It's not a cup of tea. But it's well worth it, when you see your kids grow to become the young women and the young men that God has birthed them to be. Once you lay your eyes on your kids and you be like, oh my God, I really did this. God allowed me to be their mother and I really did this, whether I had to do it by myself or not. All in all, we are not by ourselves because he's our daddy. It's unfortunate that maybe it's not a male role model or a female, depending which it is, a male or female, in the home with the child at the time. But I must say that you're not slacking on anything because I'm telling you, I watch you. I don't say much. I had the honor of meeting you years ago. We're going to jump into that shortly, but I watch you and I see the smile on your daughter's face. No matter what adversities you guys face, you both wear smiles like it's nothing. And it totally remind me of myself. So I tell you, from one single mom to another, you rock, queen. You definitely rock. You keep on doing the things that you're doing to be able to pour into your daughter. Teach her, like we were talking in the green room, and you were telling us how she's with she's asking these questions now, and you're basically challenging her. So tell us what that is like on a daily basis.
So she is 10 now, and she's asking all the hard questions. Like, for instance, what's important? Or to bring to a family perspective, did she do anything to make her dad not want to be with us? And those are the questions that are hard to deal with as a single parent, because you don't know what all to tell them. All I can tell her was she didn't do anything wrong. It was just a decision that was made. And trying to keep her challenged is like trying to pull teeth sometimes, because she's constantly thinking and she's constantly learning more, which is good because there are some kids that aren't trying at all. But she's a struggle to try to keep her engaged. And I trying to make sure she doesn't lose her creativity. And that's a problem for like kids these days. They have lost their creative side and now they don't know what to do with themselves. And they don't have the same stuff we had growing up where you could just go outside and play with the neighbor's kid because of everything else going on. So we'll just try to take it one day at a time and keep her mind productive.
Definitely. Want me. You just have to let her know that it's not that you never talk bad about their dad to them or the mother, either way it go. You just let them know it's just was like you said, it was a choice. It's not that daddy is a bad person. It's not that mommy is a bad person. It's just right now we're not together, but we're going to make the most of what we have right now. And just like you say, keep encouraging her and letting her know she is that beautiful young lady. She is that princess. She's everything that she set her mind to. You keep speaking life into that baby because I'm telling you, it's going to pay off later. And I'm glad that I was never asked that question, but it's different with the little girl, so I can't speak from that point of view. So I can only imagine, you're probably scratching your head like, how do I answer this one? But it's good that you pick. I mean, soon as you ask, you have a response for her. You have a rebuttal for her. So that is great to let her know that, okay, mom is on her game, so can't let, like we read the statistics and what the statistics says, okay, yeah, that may be true, but sometimes you can have a two-parent home and still a single parent there. You understand? So it don't make us any less because we have someone that's not an absent parent, put it like that. So, but by the grace of God, like I said, we got him and he'll never leave us nor forsake us. But I'm going to go ahead and I think I want to let the audience know, how did you and I make contact with one another? I mean, this is a little funny story. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about all the times when hey, just go ahead, you tell the story.
So I was working a football game and you showed up at my VIP gate. Like, you have this light, and I'm like, who is this lady? And, after a while, we got to know each other and you see each other at multiple events. And you finally told me you heard my story. You finally told me about 88 Blessings. And I was kind of like, I was reluctant to join because I felt like I didn't know what to think. It was, do I really involve other people with my situation right now? Because I'm one of those people, I try to make everybody else happy, so I don't put what's going on in my life on the people. But yeah, we started talking, and then you just kept telling me, look, you need to join, and I finally joined, and it's been a blessing. So when you think of the group name 88 Blessings, it's actually a blessing to us single parents that are struggling. And it's like a sisterhood, and it's helped me a lot. And I'm glad I joined after you kept telling me over and over again. But it's been a blessing.
Man, oh man, are we? I mean, it's blessed. We're blessed to have you. That's the thing too. But guys, I'm telling you, I go to the stadium to watch Allen play, and here it is. This young lady will be there, and she just will have this smile and this joy. I'm talking about just happy go lucky, be scorching hot out there sometimes, and she just be so happy. And I kept saying, okay, well, I have this organization. I think you'll be a great fit for it, and we'll be a great fit for you. And I kept telling her about 88 Blessings, but I can see that she was kind of reluctant at first. But I guess by her seeing, I think a lot of times some of the women came to the games with me, and I guess once you got a feel of what we were doing, what we were about, and I by the grace of God, you joined the organization, and this is something that God has blessed me with years ago, and I take it to heart because, like I said, I'm a single mom. So I not only walk the walk, I talk the talk. I mean, I not only talk the talk, I walk the walk as well. So I knew that you would just fit in so well with all the ladies. Yes, it is a big sisterhood, and we done some great things. And I remember this specific time coming to the stadium, and there was this line, right? So she goes, Mom, and I'm looking like, I don't want to go up to all these people waiting to go in. And she's like, Mom, come on, come on. So my family and I, we went up to the front and she let us on in. And we went on to the stadium and we had a ball. But I'm going to tell you something, Lyllian. What touched me is I remember going to a concert at the, what's the name of that,
The Veterans Memorial Arena.
The Veterans Memorial Arena. Guys, I went there. It was two young ladies who accompanied me, and she felt me and she said, Mom, what do you want? And I'm like, she went and bought, listen, we had so much food that she went and got us and brought us back to the suite that we was in. So I'm telling you, how did you even find me? I don't even remember.
I saw you. No, I think I saw you coming off the elevator on the Sweet Loaf, and I was like, "Hold on, that's my mama." So I had to go talk to you because that day you looked like you were something, and I was just trying to make your day better.
Thank you. Actually, I'm telling you, I was having I think it was May's concert at that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, that was a great concert. But Tish says, my sweet Lyllian and Sissy Erica, love y'all. Lily is such a jewel. Yes, she is. She's definitely a jewel. I'm talking about a diamond in the rough. That you are, daughter. Let me tell you. And I thank God for you. Truly, I do. But I want to learn a little bit more about you, and I know the audience do as well. Go ahead and tell us a little bit more about who was Lyllian before the child came along.
Okay. So I was bounced around. We moved from one spot to another, and I was put in foster care at 10. Foster care system is so corrupt. I don't care what anybody says. They snatch you from wherever you're at. I didn't get to go home or get any of my stuff. So I ended up in my foster parents' house with just the clothes I had on in my backpack. I got adopted at 13. There were like 12, 13, 14 kids in the house when I got to my foster parents' house. Fortunately, I was one of those kids that didn't get bounced around from foster home to foster home. There's a bunch that do, because everybody's like, well, the child bad. And they're not thinking, well, if you get snatched from somewhere and they don't tell you where you're going, you would be mad too. But I got adopted at 13. I was an usher. I was on a dance team for my adopted mom's church. And I was struggling with depression, and nobody even knew because I would keep it all to myself. I would always have a smile on my face, and I like everything was okay. And going through depression when you're young is really, really hard. And then when I was still dealing with people that were taking advantage of me, and I got raped, and I struggled through that, and then I had my child, and she was a blessing because she renewed my want to live. She renewed my want to strive and be a better person. And I had an abortion 2 years later, and I'm gonna tell you, abortions are not a game. They're one of the hardest choices anybody can make. And it's me today. But after I had my abortion, 2 days later, I tried to commit suicide. So my sister caught me before, because I was sitting in the tub with pill bottles scattered on top. And I was like, okay, how many of these pills do I have to take to just end it all? And my sister ran to my dad because she saw me when I walked into the bathroom. And he knocked on the door and asked me one question. He asked me, if you kill yourself today, who's going to take care of your child? And that one split second, I think about it. That one split second of having to process that information. Because my dad's old, and I know he's not going to be around forever. And do I really want to put my child off on my siblings? And I chose to live. And then I went to a psychologist not that long ago, and she was like, okay, so your dad asked the question, but why did you choose to live? And I had to think about it. I'm like, okay, so I know suicide can send you straight to hell. I don't want to go to hell. And even if I did commit suicide and God chose not to kill me that day, then I had a job to do. And I know I still have a job to do. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be here. So I decided to live. I decided to just do my job.
Well, I tell you what, I thank God for saving grace. I thank God that you're still here with us. And through all of that, you're still, I'm telling you, every time I lay eyes on you, you never can tell any of that, unless you had a discerning spirit. I just want to take you back to when you were saying about being being an adopted child, and people not understanding at that time about why are you mad, But at the end of the day, like you said, you don't know where you're going. You don't know what your next move is. So of course you're not really mad. You're just a little, I guess, agitated, as you want to call it.
Confused.
Basically, right. Very confused. There you go, baby. Thank you so much. Very, very confused. But you say 14 people in one house?
Mm-hmm. 14 kids. That didn't include 14, the 2 adults.
Well, okay, so 14 kids was in a house. Your first house you went to, your first adopted house?
Mm-hmm. So that was my first foster home, but that she also adopted me. So I didn't get bounced around. But there are a bunch of kids in the system that do, because they act out and nobody actually tries to figure out why the child's acting out. They just move them from one home to another, instead of getting down to the reason why the child's acting out. And most of the time it's because they get neglected from their parents or their families. They don't get to see them. And when you get snatched into foster care, they don't tell you where you're going. They don't tell you about the family before you get there. So you just end up in a stranger's home, not knowing who these people are. And you're expected to be happy about it. And that's not how children think.
Absolutely.
And
We
I
have
was
Princess,
sad.
right? We have Princess Dior. Sorry, we have Princess Dior says, God truly had a plan for you, daughter. He truly, truly had a plan for you. And that's, you said something that was so profound earlier. You said that we don't go through, and I say it all the time, we don't go through things just for us. You know, we go through things, it happened to us, but it happened for somebody else, for us to share it with someone else. We have Ma Norma says, you are here because God has a purpose for your life. It makes you stronger when you conquer the hurdles. Guys, my eyesight, okay? Send love to you. Keep striving with your head held high. Thank you, my Norma. Listen, you have a lot of women pulling for you. Our 88 Blessings family, amazing. Like I said, I'm so glad and honored that you actually joined the organization to be able to encounter all of these beautiful ladies that you came in contact with. But let's go back to, okay, you went to your first foster home and you ended up getting adopted at the age of 10.
13.
13. So you were there from the age of 10 to 13 before you got adopted?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So during that time, what was your thought process? You said you went through depression as a child. Now, let me ask you this. Did anyone pick up on that, or
No.
no one picked up on it?
No, I was going to eat and nobody, my therapist didn't even know.
Wow. Kim Benjamin says, praying out loud. That is one of our volunteer scholars. Oh my God. All right, enemy. You better get somewhere. Bring her back. There you go. You went out for a second. But thank you so much, Kim. Thank you so much. Kim says she's praying out loud. Like I told you, you have an outpour of love here on It Had to Happen, from Princess Dior to Carolyn Yvonne to Norma Smith to Kim Benjamin to Tia Williams. The love is there, and definitely from your girl, Erica Wilson.
Yes.
You know, and that's one of the things that I can say with our 88 Blessings family. We're very sincere and very genuine. Tish says, yes, I'm so glad I was able to lead her in 88 Blessings.
And she still checks on me when I don't show up or she hasn't seen me. She's like, what's going on?
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That is definitely a good thing. So, okay, you say no one picked up on the signs of your depression, but back then, did you thought about suicide, or did you try to?
I did. Back then, I wasn't thinking about suicide, but I was struggling still with depression. And one of the girls in our house was actually like cutting herself, and I'm like, you gotta stop. And I was trying to keep the kids in the house motivated. Like, I was mentoring them, I was tutoring them with the classes that they were having, and trying to keep them out of trouble. And when I noticed, because once you're depressed, you notice other people's depression. And that's what I started doing. I started like noticing certain symptoms of what was going on with the other kids, and I would quickly try to jump on that. In the meantime, while I'm jumping on that, I'm still stuck in the background dealing with my own.
Jesus.
Helping them help me get through it, because once I could deal with their symptoms, I learned to deal with my own.
You see that? In the midst of your trial, and you're going through, you are helping somebody else. God says, you take care of my people, I'll take care of you. And look, we have you here today, and It Had to Happen with your girl, Erica Wilson. We have the beautiful queen, Lyllian Blackshear, all the way from Jacksonville, Florida, guys. She is just getting off work, and she chose to sit here with us on today with our wonderful audience. And audience, we thank you so very much for tuning in. Because without you guys and without our guests, there would be no It Had to Happen. But Lyllian, let me tell you, God is all in the timeline. God
Yes, ma'am.
surely had and still have a purpose for you. But do you know your purpose?
Not completely yet. I know I'm supposed to be mentoring. My gift is with kids and music. So once God leads me the rest of the way to what I'm supposed to be doing, then I will fulfill my purpose. I'm trying to come up with my nonprofit, Sisters and Brothers for Life. It's basically a mentoring program, but we're also going to be tutoring and teaching them life skills. But I prayed about it. I was writing my business plan, and I got to a point and I was like, look, okay, God, whenever you're ready, whenever you know that I'm ready, lead me the rest of the way. And I
All
haven't
right.
gotten there yet.
Well, that's
I
all
guess I have to
right.
learn patience first.
Well, that too. But at the end of the day, you know that you always have me to help you with your nonprofit.
Yes, ma'am.
That's one thing I love to see women do is to do what they love to do. And if I can help you by any means, whatever it could be, and if I'm able to do it, I will do it. Because that vision that you have, do not let it die. Birth that thing. Go ahead and give birth. You're pregnant right now with that vision, and soon you're gonna give birth. And when you do, like you said, the number one thing, God has to make sure that you're ready for it because He can give it to you right now, and it won't go as planned if you're not ready. You
Yes,
understand?
ma'am.
And that's what. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Listen, for you saying that, you was just real with God. You understand me?
Mhm.
You have so many that's out there just jumping into things and they're not ready for it. And I was one of them at one point. I was just jumping into things that I was not ready for. It just became to be a whole burden in itself. But by the
Yes, ma'am.
grace of God, I made it out and I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know that you know that you know that it's definitely from God, number one. Number two,
Yes, ma'am.
he has to make sure that you're ready and make sure that you could be able to handle what he's out
Mhm.
to give you. And that's with anything. You know, he already loaned us his beautiful children. You know, he loaned them to us and he entrusted us to be mother to those children. And I'm telling you, daughter, you're doing a phenomenal job with your daughter. I am super duper proud of you and
Thank
everything that you're doing with that young princess. You keep on keeping her definitely before God and making
you. Yes,
sure
ma'am.
that she have the things that she need, maybe some of her wants, but definitely what she need. Um, I just can't tell you enough of how yeah, the audience, I don't think you guys understand because I know every time I came in contact with this young lady, what the spirit was giving me, and I never mentioned it to you. I just loved on you each and every time
Yes,
because
ma'am.
you got to know sometimes it's not for me to say it. You understand? If I see it and the Holy Spirit has given it to me, it's for me to go into prayer. You understand?
Mhm.
Because we never know if a person is able to receive it. So I did what my daddy told me to do, number one, and I prayed
Yes, ma'am.
about it. And I always called, checked, text, whatever it was, just to see how you were doing. And you never even knew that I was going to war for you, daughter. 'Cause I knew
Yes,
some of
ma'am.
the things I saw. So let's go back to the suicide. When you say you are to try to commit suicide, what actually led up to that?
So, after I had my abortion, I was bleeding extra heavy and it just wouldn't stop. So not only was I like physically tired, I was mentally tired, I was emotionally tired. And I prayed about it and I was like, I got to the point where I felt like God wasn't hearing me. And that's a place you never want to get to. But the reason why I felt like that was because God may have forgiven me, but I hadn't forgiven myself. So when due to the fact that I hadn't forgiven myself, it just kept pulling me further and further down in that pit. And I was just, one day I just decided I was tired. I was tired of hurting emotionally. I was tired of hurting, like, mentally, fighting with myself. I was tired of hurting physically. I just wanted it all to end. And like I said, when you praying and you get to that point where you feel like God isn't hearing you, that's one place you never want to get to. And then after I didn't commit suicide, I was like, okay, God, you have a purpose for me. I'm here for a reason. Lead me. Tell me what to do. And he was like, look, I heard from him. And he was like, look, you are going through for a reason. It's not for you. And after that, I was like, okay, so just lead and I'll follow.
Yes.
And that was my thing. Before I thought about suicide, I hadn't asked him to lead. I was just like, God, I'm tired. All I'm doing is telling him I'm tired. I'm not telling him what I'm tired of or how I'm tired. When you go to pray, you have to be specific about this thing, because I'm tired can mean a lot of stuff. And I was just like, God, I'm tired. But when I asked him to lead me, I asked him to lead me in my forgiveness, not only for myself, but being able to forgive me for other situations.
Yes.
And I had to get to that point. I'm like, okay, God, just and I will follow. I'm open now. I'm open to your word. I'm open to you placing me in situations. I'm open now because I had to get to that point. And I wasn't ready. But that one situation opened me up to being able to not only forgive myself, but to forgive other people that had hurt me years ago that I was still holding on to.
My God. And Carolyn Yvonne says something that I love. She says, for every mountain, he'll see you through. Just call on him. I did a praise dance to that song. For every mountain, call on the name of Jesus. And Mishka Allen says, the enemy trick is shame. God convicts, but Satan condemns. We already know that Satan have no place here, and all of it had to happen. Whatever, all of your it's, they had to happen. They were birthing you for your purpose today. But guess what you said? You say you wanting, you were talking about your nonprofit, and you said you're trying. No, daughter, I want you to rephrase that. I'm going to do if God allow me to do. Start speaking those things. Tell God what you want. Make it plain. Write it down. Make it plain. That's one of the things that I'm preaching to myself. I need to start writing some things down too. But write it down and make it plain. And like you said, when you go to God, you have to be specific. You already know anyway. Before you even utter the words out your mouth, he already know exactly what it is on your heart. So you might as well go ahead and be real with them anyway. Lyllian, I'm talking about, I sit up in my shower because that's one of my prayer closets, and I talk to God like I'm talking to you, daughter. I'm talking about, I get real down in some deep conversation, and I talk to him just like, that's my daddy. You understand me? So the thing about it is, when you go and you talk to him, be ready. Oh my God, be ready for your answers and whatever it is he gives you. That's all I'm gonna say. Be ready. Sometimes you may not like what it is that he has to say, but guess what? He have your best interest at heart. Always, always do know that. But guys, we are here live today, and it had to happen with your girl Erica Wilson. We have the beautiful Lyllian Blackshear. She's one of 88 Blessing Scholars. Let me tell you something, guys. She is I'm talking about amazing young mother. Amazing. This woman says she worked 2 jobs. Not only does she work 2 jobs, she says she goes out and volunteer. She goes out and she mentor. So guys, when we talk about we're getting tired for just going to a 9 to 5 or just doing different little things, I never once heard this young lady complain ever. And I'm telling you, I know for a fact, I done called her several times. Ma, I'm at work. Ma, I'm at work. And I'm talking about this not even 8 hours. I'm talking about 10, 12 hours. And like, oh my God, when do you have time for yourself, daughter? What do you do for self-care, Lyllian?
Basically just my me time is my shower time. And trust me, when it's my bath time, I'm like, look, y'all better leave me alone. I go in the bathroom, I light me a candle, I pull out my Bible, I start reading, and that's my me time. And everybody in my house know when she in the bathroom and she got her candle going, y'all better leave her alone because she gonna start fussing if you mess with her. But that's what I had to do for me. And then on the very few occasions that I'm off, I'll either go see a movie or take my daughter out to eat or something like that. But most of the time I'm working. And when I'm at work, I'll put on my headphones and I'll be listening to gospel. And you can tell when I'm in my zone because everybody at work loses their attitude. Most of the people come in here mad because they tired, they just got off their job, or they brought whatever was going on at home to the job. And I'm like, look, y'all can't do that. Y'all better go on somewhere. I was like, because I'm listening to gospel. I don't care what you got going on. We're going to pray about it and move on with our lives. And they like, and even before game day, I do check-in. So I have to be here at like 4:30 in the morning. And
What?
I have my check-in crew. Yeah, I have my check-in crew when we get here. No, we praying first. I don't care if you prayed before you left your house. We praying now, and we together and we pray so that our minds are right. Cause I don't have time for no foolishness.
I know
I don't
that's
have
right.
time for no foolishness.
I know that's right. My producer, Miss Kitchen, she say shift the atmosphere. That's right. Sometimes you got to shift the atmosphere. And sometimes you have to block out that negative energy that's around you. So I commend you for that. I definitely commend you for that. But I know Tish says she's gonna bless you with a pampering set, Lyllian. You deserve it. Look at there. Yes, you do. You definitely deserve it. But I'm telling you, you have to do more than your shower time to take, to have yourself to take care of yourself. Because guess what? If you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of
I can't
anybody
take
else.
care of nobody else. Exactly.
Absolutely. So you're not only being mom, you're not only being, is she virtually, is she home?
She's
Virtual
homeschooled.
learning? See? Okay, so
I'm
she
teaching.
homeschooled. So you're being
Mhm.
mom, you're being teacher, you're being working 2 jobs. You still find time to mentor. You still find time to volunteer.
I'm
What
still
else did you say you
tutoring.
have? You
I'm
tutoring
tutoring and I teach a dance class.
and you teach what?
A dance class. A praise dance class.
Oh, shook it duck now. I need to get in that class. Oh my goodness, I need to get in that. I did not know that. Let's talk about that
Yes, ma'am.
afterwards because that's something that I think will be so great for at least our store influencers.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, girl, you don't have time for you.
That's why I said my me bath time because that's about time I get personally for myself. Except for yesterday when I took advantage of my time because I was awake for 4 hours yesterday, but I was also awake for 2 days straight. So
Jeez.
Monday I was tired and I wasn't waking up for nothing. I woke up to teach my child, give her her work, send her on her way, because she went to the library, and then I woke up to eat one meal, and then I went right back to sleep.
Body tired. It was catching up. Tired. It wanted rest. You have to get your rest. It is a 2 days straight. You were up. Let me tell you, I wouldn't have been no good for nothing. I'm a that. Listen, if I'm up 10 hours, I got to get my nap in. I have to get me a nap in during the day. You have to take care. You have to give your time, your mind time enough to rest. But daughter, not only that, oh my goodness, you really don't have time for you.
Nope.
You need to, guys, let me tell you something. This woman is at work now. She's clocked out. She's on your time. If your employer is listening, she's not your time right now.
I'm
She's
not on the
clocked out.
clock.
Exactly. But she actually literally got off work and joined us here at It Had to Happen. Carolyn says, take care of your temple. Definitely, you have to take care of yourself. I know that we also, I'm going to do something too with Tish. I'm going to, thank you, Tish. I'm going to go ahead and join in with Tish. Tish is going to get you that pampering package. We have another scholar, Ashley Brooks, that has great hands. I'm going to send her to give you a massage. I want you to take that hour and really, really enjoy yourself. So I'll be joining forces with Tish to pour into you because this is something that you need. And when you're in that time, I want you to turn no phone.
Yes, ma'am.
This is straight Lillian's time. You understand me?
Yes,
You enjoy that moment. Enjoy it. And I hope and pray for Thursday night because you're going to join us and spread in the love with 88 blessings on Thursday night. I hope and pray that you enjoy that as well. I'm so glad that you were able to register and join us because
yes,
it was
ma'am.
plenty of times that you couldn't because work, work, work.
Oh, that's okay. I'll be at.
You'll be at work.
I will be at work, but I'm actually working check-in, so I have that time off
What's your
so that I
what's
can
your
join
boss
in.
number? What's your boss number? I'm calling. What's the number? I'm calling right now.
But I need those
Lily, you'll be
hours.
at work?
Yeah, but I'm gonna be in one of the offices, so I can still join in. But I will be working. Oh, and it's a Toby Mac concert, so it's gospel, so I can't miss that.
Oh, I didn't see. I don't even
It's
know
a
half
Toby
the
Mac
stuff that
concert.
go on, especially with this COVID stuff going on. But guys, as you can see, she registered for our event. She registered for our event, and here it is. She's gonna be working during the event. My goodness, my cousin, oh, beautiful soul. She says, thank God for your strength to come forth with what has happened to you. My prayer is for God to continue to bless you and your daughter. That is my cousin all the way from Wildwood, Florida, guys. The love's there. I'm telling you, they're pouring out their hearts to you, Lillian. You deserve it, daughter. You deserve everything that's coming your way. And I can see it right now. Just by your humbleness, just by your faithfulness, just by your realness, being real with God. He is preparing. He's getting ready to pour so much into you. And you said it best. You have to make sure you're going to be able to handle it. Because
Yes,
get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. So you're going to have to take some time out. Well, you do that. You say you go to work at 4:30 in the morning, you start off in prayer. But I want you to go to God and I want you to ask God, what will He have you to do to prepare for what He's about to do
myself.
for you?
Yes, ma'am.
You see what I'm saying? Ask what will He have you do because we can say what we want, but what will He have you do? Have the faith that He's gonna do it. Have the faith that He's gonna do it. Now you had that one single mom that's out there and she may be struggling with just working one job and maybe thinking she don't have time for herself. What would be your words of encouragement to her?
I would just tell her to pray, keep your head up, and try to stay positive. I wake up in the morning with a saying, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am me. I will always be me. I'm not gonna let any situation or anybody else today change me, because God made me who I am. And if you wake up with a saying, it doesn't even have to be that. Just encourage yourself in the morning. And when you encourage yourself in the morning, it helps you get through the day positively. Be that woman when you step your foot out that bed that the devil said, "Oh Lord, she's up." Be that person.
Jesus, I know that's right. Ooh, that's some good advice. I'm going to shift this thing a little bit. What if you have that woman that's out there, that 13-year-old little girl who, that 13-year-old girl who's complaining about mommy or daddy being too hard on me? Being though that you were being shifted around a little bit, if you had that 13-year-old girl that's under the sound of your voice, and maybe she's older now, you're going to make, oh, thank you, Holy Ghost. Hallelujah. You're going to make something plain for somebody that thought their parents was being too, oh, God, thank you. You're going to make something plain to that woman or even that man that's the sound of your voice, thinking that their parent or parents was being too hard. Speak to that 13-year-old girl or boy.
Look, the situations that you have gone through made you who you are. Accept it. Forgive them. Move on. Forgive yourself. The reason why is not for you. It is for you to bring somebody else up with you. You don't go through situations for you. And we can repeat that all we want to, but God gives you situations for a reason. For two reasons. You either didn't learn the lesson you needed to learn, so you have to keep going through it, or there's somebody you need to reach out to that hasn't seen you yet. Be the mentor God has you to be. But you have gone through that for a reason. Parents aren't always 100% correct. As a parent, we know that. But they try their best to be their best. And you have to accept that, because maybe they tried to be better than their parents. Be better than your parent, so that your child wants to be better than you. That way we're not going downhill. Everybody's growing on what they already know.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. That's good. That's some good advice. You said that because we often hear, well, I didn't get that from my mother or my father, so I don't know how to give that. I beg to differ with that because when it's learned behavior basically. So when you know what to do, you do it. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe it didn't happen to you. Maybe you didn't get that from your mother. Maybe you didn't get that from your father. But if I become a parent, I know what I didn't get that I want to give to my children, so they won't feel how I felt. So you said something that was so great. Sometimes, parents are not always right. We think we are, but we're not always right. We do the best that we know how. And that's just it. We have to understand that if someone is not doing something that we want them to do, that does not make them a bad person. That don't make them a bad person. You have to know that
because
everybody is exactly, at least they tried. There you go. At least they tried. And everybody is dealing with something. But they still put out, like I would say, put your best foot forward. That's all that we can do. You know what I'm saying? You take your cross daily and you follow God. Hear me now. And even Alan said too, in our last I interviewed him on Wednesday, him and his brother, and he said that he didn't understand why he used to always want to take the pictures. And I just every time we turn around, I wanted a picture with my children, So now that he's become a parent, he's a father now. You see that?
Now you want some pictures.
Exactly.
Because that's how we know that they're growing.
Exactly. And Carolyn say, yes, be a better self. Be better than you was 10 minutes ago. That's what I like to tell myself. And I love your affirmations. You keep speaking those. Those affirmations are great. But guys, we're here live today with your girl, Erica Wilson. And it had to happen. We have the beautiful Lyllian Blackshear all the way from Jacksonville, Florida, guys. If you would like to book, you can go to our website at www.ericawilsonih IH2H.com. Again, www.ericawilson.IH2H.com. We'll love to have you. And guys, please, Lily, I hope you're being safe because I don't see you with your mask on, but I know you got, oh, that's it around your neck. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Woo, woo. But yes, please, please be safe during these times. We know that COVID is running rampant, but we're going to rebuke him and we're going to speak health, prosperity over us all. But guys, let me tell you something. We all know that I always have to, and it's not that I ain't showing off, but I'm just a proud Bella. I don't know if you got a chance to see my little Chase man. I'm gonna go ahead and bless y'all with him right now. He's gonna come across the screen real quick. Look at there. That's my little Chase man. Oh my goodness. And guys, tomorrow,
Big.
he is only 3 months old. Only 3 months old. Thank you. But guys, growing too fast. But guys, tomorrow we will have the big speaker here on It Had to Happen at 4:30. Poncho Valacio will be here tomorrow, guys, at 4:30. Please do tune in with us. He is not only going to be on It Had to Happen with us tomorrow, but he will that is our guest speaker, Lyllian, for our that's the old flyer, but hey, tried to tell my head and not my heart. But he will be our guest speaker at our Spread the Love event that we'll be having on February 11th, 2 days away. I can't wait for everyone who have registered. We're going to spread the love. It's going to be an event that's going to be amazing. But do meet me back here tomorrow at 4:30 to hear the big speaker. The guy have an amazing story, and his energy, I'm talking about, listen, his energy is through the roof. Charlotte! Oh my God, Charlotte say there is nothing. Charlotte say there is nothing wrong with showing off your grandson. He is adorable. Thank you so much, Charlotte. Oh my goodness, y'all just don't know. My cousin is so cute. Thank you for sharing. Listen, it's he's so beautiful. Thank you guys so much. So I don't want to take away from Lyllian. We're loving on Lyllian right now. Lyllian, I'm going to send you a virtual hug. I love you, daughter. You make sure you take up your cross daily. Know that I'm a phone call away. If you need any help with setting up a nonprofit, I got you. If you need help any other way, if I can be of help, you know I will. And I'm sure any of the ladies that's on the timeline as well. Tish was your leader. Charlotte says, hey, Lyllian. Charlotte was your Charlotte was Julia team lead. So you know that 88 Blessings still got your back.
Yes, ma'am.
Please do know that. So is there anything that you would like to leave with the audience on today before we go?
So y'all keep your heads up. Know that you're loved. No matter what you're going through, pray through it, but keep your head up because no matter what, God got a purpose, and it may not always be for you.
All right, y'all heard it here. It had to happen. It may happen to you, but it only happened to you for somebody else. So do not sit down on your testimony. Somebody needs to hear it. All your trials, all your tribulations, I know definitely they will turn to triumphs. So you definitely have to share it because we all are overcomers at one point or another. It never says that we'll never go through, but some things we've gotten through. So please do be a blessing to someone else and share that with them as well. But before we go, I see one more comment from my Norma. Could we get that up? It was nice seeing you, and your story is proof we can overcome adversity. With that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in with us. We love you here at 88 Blessings. Meet us back. Oh my God. Yeah, we love you at 88 Blessings too. But we love you at It Had to Happen with your girl, Erica Wilson. Meet me back here tomorrow at 4:30, guys. My Norma has closed the show. We love you. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson, following our social media.
That was amazing.
We're still on, guys. We're still on.
Oh, it said we still on.